Hello and welcome to another Walking Talking mock. This time I have a specimen paper from Edexcel, and this is from set 2 and it's higher tier paper 1. I already started filming this video and it went horribly wrong, so I already did the first question, but it was a very easy question, so it doesn't really matter anyway. You don't need help on that question. So moving on to question 2, which is a question that we've already done a million times. Oh, this is difficult. I'm using an iPad this time because my phone ran out of space. Okay, so we've got a... we've done this question a million times. The perimeter is 16. That means that each side is going to be 4. Which means that that missing bit there is going to be 1, and that missing bit there is going to be 2. So the area of this triangle is going to be 2 times 4 halved, which is 4. The area of that triangle is going to be 1 times 4 halved, which is 2. The total area is 16, 4 times 4 is 16, and that is 6, so this area must be 10. So the proportion of the area that is shaded will be 10 out of the total, which is 16. And I can simplify that to 5 out of 8. Okay, we've got David's designed a game. He uses a fair 6-sided dice and a fair 5-sided spinner. That should say die, just saying. The die is numbered 1 to 6, the spinner is numbered 1 to 5. Each player rolls the die once and spins the spinner once. A player can win £5 or win £2. David expects 30 people will play. Each person will pay David £1. Work out how much profit he can expect to make. Okay. Well, if 30 people are going to play and they're going to pay £1 each, then we can say that the income is going to be £30, £1 each. Okay. We need to work out how much money he's going to lose. So he's going to pay out £5 if they roll a 5 and spin a 5. Okay, the probability of rolling a 5 is 1 out of 6. The probability of spinning a 5 is 1 out of 5. So the probability of doing both, so rolling a 5 and spinning a 5, is going to be 1/6 times 1/5, which would be 1/30. And I know that because and in probability is like times. I mean, it's not always, it depends if it's a conditional probability or not. I mean, for example, if rolling a 5 made you more likely to then spin a 5 for some reason, then you wouldn't be able to just times them. But these are not conditional, these are independent events. So I know that I'm allowed to just times them. Okay, so one person out of 30, conveniently there are 30 people playing, one person is going to win £5, okay? So the loss will be £5 for that game. And for this game, roll a 1, okay, that's 1 out of 6, or spin a 1, that's 1 out of 5, or do both. Okay, so the probability of rolling a 1 or spinning a 1 would be you add the probabilities, so 1/6 plus 1/5, which is 5 plus 6 over 30, which is 11 out of 30. Sorry, you can't see that. And that already includes both, so I don't have to add both on as well, because or is already like an inclusive or, means it includes having both. So I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so 11 people out of 30 will win £2. So that will be another £22 that he would lose. So the profit would be £3. That doesn't really seem worth it. But fair enough. Okay, give a reason why David's actual profit may be different to the profit, that should say from, different from, to the profit he expects to make. Well, it's because it's probability. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. So I'll write, let me see, what would be the best answer? Because this is just theoretical, you don't know what will happen. I think that's acceptable. Okay. Triangle ABC has perimeter 20. I'm going to sketch this. A to B is 7. B to C is 4. If the perimeter is 20, then that bit would have to be 9, so that it adds up to 20. By calculation, deduce whether it's right-angled. Okay, well, I know it's not, because 4, 7, 9 is definitely not Pythagorean triple, because I would know if it was. But let's do some calculation. If it was right-angled, 9 would be the hypotenuse. So I'll say 4 squared plus 7 squared equals 16 plus 49, which equals 65. Yeah, 65. And 9 squared equals 81. And I'll just say 65 doesn't equal 81. Therefore, not right-angled. Okay. Question 5. One sheet of A3 card has an area of 1/8 of a metre squared. The card has a mass, okay, work out the total mass. Okay, so 160 grams per square metre. So one sheet is 1/8 of a square metre. So its mass should be 1/8 of 160 grams. Because that's per square metre. This is 1/8 of a square metre, so it should be 1/8 of that, which is 20 grams. So 25 sheets. That's going to be 500 grams. Work out 2 1/4 times 3 1/3. Give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Okay, I'm going to translate this into a improper fraction. So that's going to be 9/4 times 10/3, which is going to make 90/12. You know what, I could have done some cheeky cross-cancelling here. Oh well. Let's divide top and bottom by 3. You see, if I'd cancelled that with that, then it'd be 30/4. That is going to be 15/2, which is going to be, how many 2's go into 15? 7 and a half. Okay. Write the numbers 3, 4, 5 and 6 in the boxes to give the greatest possible total. You may write each number only once. Okay. Well, I want one of the big numbers to be big. So I'll put 6 and 5 there. Whichever way round, they're going to be the same. Okay. To get a bigger number, I want a smaller denominator. So Right, 3 and 4, okay. What would be better, 1/3 and 2/4? Third and, okay. Or 1/4 and 2/3? Well, thirds are bigger than quarters, so we'd rather have 2/3 than have 2/4. So that's got to go there and there. If you wanted to check whether that's right, you could just, add them and check. But it's only 1 mark. Number 7. A shop has a sale. Microwave ovens 1/3 off normal price. Right, this is off, not of. Okay, of has 1 F. Just bear that in mind, because 1/3 of is completely different from 1/3 off. Okay, this is also off. Combination ovens are 40% off normal prices. A microwave oven has a sale price of £90. A combination oven has a sale price of £84. Which of these ovens has the greater normal price? You must show all your working. Okay. So the sale price of the microwave is £90, and that's with 1/3 off. So if it's had 1/3 off, now it's only 2/3 of its original price. So the original price is going to be 3/3. So how do I get to 2/3? How do I get from 2/3 to 3/3? Well, let's work out what 1/3 would be by halving it. So if 2/3 is 90, then 1/3 is 45, which means 3/3 is 135. So the original price is 135. For the combination oven, sale price is 84, and that has had 40% off. So that is now 60% of its original price because it's had 40% off. So I need to work out the original price, which is 100%. It's non-calculator, so let's see. I'll go for... do I want to divide this by 6? Not really. How about if I divide it by 3? That's still kind of... No, yeah, okay. I'll divide it by 3 to get 20%. And then I can times it by 5 to get 100%. Okay, 84 divided by 3. I'm going to do some chunking. That's like 24 plus 60. 24 is 8 lots of 3, and 60 is 20 lots of 3, so that's 28. Okay, so 100% I need to times that by 5. When you times by 5, you times by 10 and half it, so that's 140. Okay, so I have to then say which has a greater price. I'm going to write combination has higher price. And because I've got that and that nice and visible, I know I'm going to get all the marks for that. Oh, I don't want to do this. Work out an estimate for the square root of this. Okay. Let's round that to 5, let's round that to 2, and let's round that to 7. Okay, BODMAS, so that's root 19. Now, I know that root 16 is 4, and I know that root 25 is 5. So this is closer to 16 than it is to 25, so I would be happy to say it's roughly 4. I'm not confident, though, that we're not supposed to do something a bit fancier than that to get the actual answer. But I still haven't looked that up yet to check, so that's what I'm going with for now. Sorry if it's wrong. Okay, I'm going to do a cut now and do a second part just because I'm worried that this iPad is going to run out of space or die or something. So I'll see you in part 2.